Your child cannot be behind. Okay, so I'm going to be saying a few controversial things in this video, and so let me please explain what I mean by this. Today, I'm going to talk about 5 popular homeschool opinions or pieces of advice that people give to new homeschoolers or other homeschoolers that I don't agree with. Today's video is a collaboration, and so some other homeschool moms are going to be joining in on this topic. So if you would like to hear about their 5 pieces of homeschool advice that they don't agree with, or things that they don't agree with that people say about homeschooling, check the description box below. I will have a playlist there for you. So the first thing that I hear homeschoolers saying that I don't agree with is that your child cannot be behind. Okay, so I'm going to be saying a few controversial things in this video, and so let me please explain what I mean by this. What I mean by this is not that we should start comparing our kids to other kids, their same age, etc. That's not what I mean by behind. What I mean by behind is your child can absolutely be behind where that child should be at this point in their schooling. Now, I think we know that because sometimes we pull kids out of the public school because we do feel like they are behind what they should be able to accomplish, and not because they're necessarily behind in their class or just behind in general. So, what I'm meaning by this is every child is different. Every child has their own capabilities. And if we are not working with our children, helping them progress as they should, they can get behind where they should be. It's also possible that we have not discovered some of their learning challenges or things that they might need help with. And so, if we're not actively working with our students, actively trying to homeschool them, actively trying to find a way to help them progress, it is possible for a homeschooled child to fall behind. Now, I am not saying this to worry anyone. I'm not saying this to have anyone look at their child and compare their child to other people's children. That is not what I mean at all. I'm not trying to shame anyone who might have gone through some periods of time where they weren't able to focus quite as diligently on homeschooling. I think that a child who may be behind technically for themselves, they can catch up. But I am saying that if you are choosing to homeschool, you do need to be working actively with your child, trying to help them progress the best that they are able to. That is not to say that things come up and there are going to be periods of time where you are obviously not working your hardest because there are other things in life that may take priority. But as a homeschool parent, homeschooling should be the priority a lot of the time because this is your child's education and this is what they are going to go into adulthood with. So, I'm saying a child can be behind, that you should be actively trying to help your child progress, but I am not saying that that means your child needs to be exactly on level with every other child around them, that every child is exactly the same, that we should not take our child's learning differences, learning challenges, and even exceptional abilities into account. The second thing that I hear that I don't necessarily agree with is if you're homeschooling, just go with the flow. Okay, so I know some families are more work better on sort of that flow type of thing. Some families work better with a very strict schedule. I am not saying either of these is right or wrong, but I am saying that having some sort of outline, some sort of schedule, some sort of goal, or something that you're shooting for, in most cases, I feel is probably beneficial. I feel like some homeschooling families that maybe take the just go with the flow approach, maybe their kids sometimes are falling behind because the parent is not driving the ship. The parent is not focused on the end goal. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have a schedule that says like 8 to 9, we do this, 9 to 10, we do this, 10 to 11, we do this. Nothing like that. What I'm saying is you should, as the homeschool parent, have some idea of what you're hoping to accomplish that year with your student, what you're hoping to accomplish each week, each day, each month, things like that. Have a general outline, have a general plan. Now, where on the spectrum of a schedule that would be most beneficial for you would depend on the family. As for us, we do have a pretty set schedule. That doesn't mean that we do the same thing at the same time every single day. We do have a set schedule as far as every day we know what time we're expected to start. Depending on the type of day, my kids are aware of what they are expected to complete. We have checklists, we have group time. There's things I try to check off during those different times. That doesn't mean that we do every single thing every single day. That doesn't mean that I'm not going to take into account things that are happening around us and maybe cut something short or cut something out entirely that day. But that's not something I'm doing consistently every day. If the subject is in our plan, then I do hit that subject regularly. And if I can't hit that subject regularly, I need to figure out what needs to get dropped because I need to know my priorities when it comes to education. I cannot just let my schedule run me, but I can work with the schedule to improve my students' education. And really, I feel like it really helps with consistency. So, having some kind of outline, having some type of maybe not schedule, but some sort of idea of what you want your homeschool day to look like can help you progress your children further and hopefully help with consistency in your homeschool. And I really feel like consistency is the way for your child to make the best progress that your child can make. The third thing that I don't think is really good homeschool advice is that you just need to find the perfect curriculum. I don't believe that there is a perfect curriculum. Now, I am a homeschooling channel. I do show my curriculum. I do love curriculum. I think curriculum is great. I love to find curriculum that works well with my family. However, there isn't a perfect curriculum. You will always have to adjust and tweak and figure out how you want to follow the curriculum and how you don't based on your family. I don't feel like a perfect curriculum is going to be what saves your family. If you have a perfect curriculum and you're not able to execute it perfectly, then it may not be any good either. So really consistency and having a plan trumps the perfect curriculum. Yes, I feel like you can find some curriculums that will work better or not as good with your children. However, I think that the more important factor is consistency and working with your children consistently throughout the school years. That is what's going to bring the most beneficial change and progress for your kids. The fourth thing that I don't agree with that I hear as homeschool advice is that homeschooling should be child-led. Okay, so I do believe there is definitely places for child-led education. There are times when you will see your child's interests being sparked by something and you should definitely take some time to go and explore it or even just like give them enough time to explore that on their own. But I don't feel like kids will necessarily know what they're interested in unless you are providing some opportunities for them to have that spark. So as a Charlotte Mason inspired homeschool mom, I do believe in like spreading the feast. So we do a lot of different things, a variety of things. I try to expose my kids to a lot of different ideas. And sometimes I am sharing things with them that they're not super interested in. And other times I'm sharing with them something new that might spark that interest and they might want to go deeper into that subject. So that's where I feel like homeschooling cannot be entirely child-led. I do feel like the parent needs to be involved and exposing their children to different things so that the child will have the opportunity to make all those connections in life that they need to make and find those things that spark their interest. To go along with that, a lot of children are not going to be super interested in math concepts that could be beneficial to them in their future, or even in being able to write properly. They're not going to necessarily want to put in the effort to do that. These are things that as a parent, you know are going to benefit them in their future. And so you still work on them, even if they're not your child's most favorite thing. So there are times for child-led, interest-based learning, and then there are times when that parent just needs to be laying the foundation and helping their child to be able to build the basic skills that they need in their future life. The final thing that isn't necessarily true that I hear other people say is that homeschooling gives unlimited freedom. Homeschooling does give a lot of freedom. It does give a lot of flexibility. That being said, we still need to stick within certain parameters For example, when we decide to homeschool, we are taking our children's education onto our own shoulders. That is a big burden to carry, and it is a very important thing that we must make a priority. So that means that yes, you can homeschool at any time. There's so much flexibility and freedom for when your children can be doing school, but there's also the best time for your children to be doing school. Some kids do better in the morning, some kids do better in the afternoon, some kids do better in the evening. You can adjust your homeschool to suit your child. But if your child does best in the morning and you are only homeschooling them in the evening and they are just totally out at that point, that's not necessarily the best for your child. So there are things that homeschooling allows for freedom and flexibility, but that should be benefiting us and benefiting our children and their education and not causing their education to go to the wayside. Homeschooling and flexibility does not negate the responsibility that we have as parents to give our children a solid education. And so we need to make sure that in our freedom, within our flexibility, we are coming up with a plan. We are working with our children to progress and help them to learn and grow to the best of our abilities, finding the resources that our children need for whatever they are wanting to do in the future. Also, with all the freedom and flexibility of homeschooling, it's very easy to let all our other everyday responsibilities take over. We have household responsibilities, we have mom things, we have kids and their activities and things like that. And so we need to make sure that we schedule out the time that our students do need for their academic success. We can't let everything else in our life, in our world, overcome our freedom and flexibility and just let their education go to the wayside. I know a lot of homeschool parents actually complain a little bit because some of their friends and family think that they have unlimited freedom and flexibility and expect them to be able to do things at the drop of a hat. I think it's very important to carve out the best time to be educating your children and consider that a very sacred time where that is what you're doing. You are doing school with your children. You are not going to be doing these other things that are going to be trying to pull at your attention. So that's the fifth thing that I feel like some homeschoolers might misunderstand when they say that homeschooling comes with unlimited freedom. So those are 5 pieces of homeschooling advice or things that people say about homeschooling that I don't necessarily agree with. What are some that you have heard that you're just like, really? I don't agree with that at all. I would love to hear that in the comments below. Don't forget to check out the playlist with the other moms and what they're sharing about what they don't agree with as far as some popular homeschooling advice or things that people say about homeschooling. Thanks so much for coming today, and I hope to see you all in a future video. Bye, everyone.